Hi guys, so I just wanted to do a quick intro for my hospital bag video, but I am going to cut pretty much straight to the footage because obviously there's a lot and I talk too much as it is, so I just want to try to keep it as short as possible. I haven't really packed anything fancy, but I hope you guys enjoy. So thank you for watching and I hope you all have a good day. Bye! This is my hospital bag along with a little bit of stuff for my husband, and then that is the hospital bag that I have packed for baby. And then these are just my pregnancy notes along with a very short list of things that I need to grab for last minute. Things that I don't keep in the bag right now because I'm still using them. So my pregnancy notes I do keep right on top of my hospital bag in the hallway, but I don't actually have them packed in the bag because I still have to bring these to all of my midwife's appointments. So my actual hospital bag, can't do this one-handed, is basically organized where I have lots and lots of bags within my bag. So I'm going to pull all of this out individually so we can go through it one by one without having to watch me do that. This is everything that was inside my hospital bag. It is a lot of stuff, but two things. It was packed specifically for an emergency C-section, so obviously hopefully I don't ever have to use the hospital bag. I'm hoping for the home birth, but if I do go to the hospital, it will be for a C-section most likely, so it would be for a longer stay, not for a short stay. So, and in the UK, as opposed to the US, in the UK, because we're on a national healthcare system, they don't provide as much in hospital as they do in the US. So there are things that they ask you to bring that most people will not have to bring to hospital if they're in America. So starting off, it's all really boring stuff, but what I've got here is a bigger size towel if I need to take a shower, and then just a smaller kind of like hand size towel, you know, just for like your face. And then this is a stomach binder, which is supposed to be really nice to hold everything together and into place. It helps your uterus contract and all your organs to go back into place a bit quicker than if you let them heal without the binder. Well, that's the theory at least. I think that they're very helpful from the research I've done, so I'm bringing one of those. These are just some reusable breast pads. May or may not need them. It depends when my milk comes in, but since I am expecting to be in hospital, well, if I go into hospital for a C-section, then it'll be a few days most likely, so there is the chance that my milk will come in and I will need breast pads. And then I just have a little baggie of tissues because it's always nice to have tissues, isn't it? Especially when you're hormonal and you might be crying a lot. So in this bag, I've just got, these are the disposable underwear that are that stretchy material that are supposed to be really friendly for a C-section. Yeah, so that's that, and then underneath it I just have lots of regular pads, sanitary napkins, and then underneath that I've got a pack of the maternity ones specifically, but I thought I would need more, and then that's all I have for those. If I do need more, my husband can come home, and I have, at home I use reusable pads, so I'd have him pick up those, but in hospital I would prefer to just use the throwaway ones because I don't think I'd want to be bothered with having a laundry bag full of cloth pads. Let's be real. These are just flip-flops for the shower, and I keep them in a little Ziploc bag normally so that they don't get my actual bag that I keep my shoes in wet. And I will grab, I also, on my list of things to grab is my house slippers. So I'll grab my house slippers and throw them in this bag before we go. If I'm in a hurry, then they won't make it in the bag, obviously. This is what I intend to wear while I'm in hospital. So these are just some socks to keep my feet warm. This is a breastfeeding bra, and I may or may not wear that because, you know, it just depends on how much I care. And then I've got 2 nightgowns. I didn't pack pajamas because they do a lot of checks and stuff on you while you're in hospital, so I thought gowns would be a lot easier, you know, just easier access for whatever they need to get to. Plus, if I have a C-section, then pants might actually kind of bother it, so I just thought this would be a lot easier and more comfortable. This is an actual breastfeeding nightgown, and this I've been wearing throughout my pregnancy as well, so it is a maternity/nursing one, so it'll definitely fit me. And then this is just a really large size of a nightgown with buttons going down the front so I can open it up for breastfeeding and skin to skin. So that's what I have to wear in hospital. You can see that I'm going to be very dressed up while I'm in hospital. And I also will grab my dressing gown or my robe before I leave to go to hospital. That's on my list of things to grab as well. So for going home, I have, well, I don't need 4 pairs of underwear to go home in, but I do have 4 pairs of underwear, just in case I intend to wear the disposable underwear while I'm in hospital, but in case I just don't get along with them, I do have just regular underwear, and these are just really cheap cotton underwear. I got black because lots of things come out of you, lots of fluids and whatnot come out of you after you give birth. Even if you have a C-section, you still will bleed. So, yeah, I've just got black because I thought that would, you know, be a little bit more friendly to look at. And these are 2 sizes larger than what I normally wear and 1 size smaller than what I am currently wearing. So I've gone up 3 sizes in underwear just because the band pulls against my stomach and I find that very uncomfortable. So, yeah. Don't expect to fit necessarily into your pre-pregnancy underwear right after you give birth because you still will have a stomach most likely, unless you just happen to be very, very lucky. Yeah, so I've got some nice big cotton granny panties, couple pairs of socks, you know, I only need 1 pair to go home in, but once again, this is just in case I want another pair for around the hospital. Another breastfeeding bra. This is a nursing tank top. This is just a really big, long sleeve, comfortable shirt that will definitely fit me after I have the baby. And then these are just some yoga pants, and these yoga pants fit me up until just recently. They still technically fit me. They're just, they pull on my stomach a bit, so they're not so comfortable, but they will definitely fit me after I have the baby. So I know they'll fit. I'm not worried about that. So that is what I intend to wear home. I'm not obviously packing anything super fancy. That just doesn't, you know, I don't think that's important. Over here, I've got some plastic bags just in case anything's really soiled or wet or, you know, and I want to bring it home without making my bag a mess. I've got just like a little bag for accessories that I might need to chuck into my bag. And then this is just for, you know, dirty laundry. So anything that I've worn in hospital that's dirty but not soiled, I'll put in here. If it's soiled, then I'll throw it in a plastic bag first, just to keep it clean. You know, well, to keep the dirty separate from what's clean. Just an eye mask and some earplugs in case I'm trying to, you know, catch a little bit of sleep during the day and it's loud. I don't know. Doesn't hurt to have them. I probably won't need them. So this stuff all goes into this bag, including this. This is just a hanging shower kind of thingy. And you know what? I'm going to have a hard time opening this, but basically what this has is just shampoo, conditioner, and body wash, and they're just in these little bottles that I've decanted, so, you know, it's nothing fancy. I just have a little hair tie up here because depending on whether or not I want to wash my hair, sometimes I just like to tie it up, and then I have a headband and a shower cap in here along with my loofah. So that is that. Shove that back in there. Then I've got obviously a hairbrush, more hair ties because hair ties could really, you know, it's always nice to have your hair off your face or your neck or whatever, especially if you're laying down in a bed all day. Cotton buds to clean my ears, deodorant, toothbrush for me and my husband. This is the toothpaste that we use. This is just a backup box. It looks really funny. It's because this is the one that we really like. We found this when we were in Thailand, and we actually now will special order it in, like, not special order it, but we'll order it through eBay from Thailand because we can't get it here anywhere in any other way. And we'll usually order like 4 or 5 of these at a time because, well, they last a long time as well. But that's a toothpaste that we use. It doesn't look like toothpaste, so that's why the explanation. Body lotion. This is just like a little, what does it say? I can't get it to focus, but it says comforting vanilla and sweet orange. It's just a little mist that kind of has like a nice smell in case I, you know, want something. It's all natural. It doesn't have like a strong scent, so I don't think it would be offensive to the baby. It's just if, I don't know, if I'm really stinky in bed, then this might lift me up a bit. I have lots of products from this company. It's Earth Mama Angel Baby. And I like this brand because they get really good reviews across the board. And they use like all natural ingredients. They use a lot of organic ingredients. They're vegan, you know, and they supposedly work. Obviously, I haven't really used this stuff yet because I haven't had the baby yet, and I've never had a baby before. These are like little tea bags almost that you can use a few different ways. You can either put them in a sitz bath to, you know, make your whole bottom area feel nice, or you can, you would just you would prepare them like you would a tea bag, and then you can take the actual bag itself and put it straight into your underwear so it sits up either against your perineal area. You can put them up against your, you know, whatever area is sore basically. Like you can just line it up so it's there. You can use it like a tux pad pretty much. So even though I would be going in for a C-section, I'm bringing this because most likely I will be going through labor beforehand to find out that you would need something like an emergency C-section. So I would still expect to be very sore down there. So I have that. I have, this is the Mama Bottom Balm. So this is most specifically for if you get hemorrhoids from pushing, but it can be used for other issues as well, like just if it's hot down there, because if you get like swelling and heat, this has kind of like cooling properties in it. So it just will be soothing and feel nice. And like I said, all of these products have really great reviews, which is why I've gone ahead and kind of bought a lot of it. This is it's called New Mama Bottom Spray, and this is a perennial mist. So this is more to use specifically like after you urinate. So if you go to take a pee, basically it burns really bad after you've had a baby. So this is just a cooling mist with herbs in it that will help both to soothe on contact immediately, as well as to help promote healing over a shorter period of time than what it would normally take. And then this is just nipple butter in case, you know, in case I need it. That's it. And then this is all my husband has. Of course, he can use the shower stuff if he needs it, but I highly, highly doubt he will, because we live pretty close to the hospital. So if he needed to do anything like that, he could come home. This is more for in the event that he's in hospital with me and, you know, the baby pees on him, or he gets, you know, he gets dirty in some way. He has a change of clothes there, because with a newborn, I feel like there's a good chance that you might need a change of clothes, or if it's just he's, you know, in the hospital for an extended period of time and wants a change of clothes. Plus, specifically, I've packed him a shirt that is long-sleeved, fairly thin, with buttons coming up and down the front, because hospitals, sorry, I was going to say hospitals in the UK are really hot, which they are. Well, they're known to be really hot compared to American hospitals, which are known to be really cold. So that's why I did a really thin long sleeve, because it will be October time that I'm expecting baby. So it probably will be a little bit cold, but not super cold, because they don't keep the hospital wings cold in the UK. but I wanted him to have something with buttons, so if he wants to do skin to skin with baby, he can do skin to skin. So if he's already wearing a shirt that doesn't have buttons down the front, then he can switch into this one. Change his socks, you never know. And then he's got a pair of, these are just pajama pants, like loungy pants, but I didn't want to take any of his jeans or anything like that because that obviously wouldn't be as comfortable. And I have a pair of his boxers tucked in here as well, but they're my husband's boxers. I don't care showing my underwear, but I'm not going to show his without his permission, and he's not home right now to ask him. I don't think he really cares, but it's not a big deal. You don't need to see his boxers. So that is everything in my hospital bag, and I will move on to what's inside of baby's hospital bag. This is everything in baby's bag, and obviously baby stuff is way cuter than my stuff. So in baby's bag, what I have is just a packet of size 1 diapers, along with some butt wipes and some balm for the baby's butt. Just because if I'm using disposable diapers, I prefer to have a little barrier cream on the baby's butt from the diaper. Obviously at home I will be using washable wipes and what are they called? Cloth diapers. Okay. Having a bit of pregnancy braid. So otherwise I've got 1 pair of socks. I've only brought 1 pair of socks because honestly all the baby stuff has feet on it anyway. But they say to bring 1 pair, so I've got 1 pair, and then these are just sock-ons, which are designed to go over the baby socks, and it's supposed to make it so the baby has a much harder time kicking the socks off their feet. So I have a pair of those, pair of scratch mitts, just in case, you know, because I don't plan on cutting the baby's nails right away when it first comes out, just because I'll probably be way too paranoid about doing it right from the beginning, so just put some scratch mitts on the baby. I've got 2 hats because one is a newborn size and one is 0 to 3 months. I've got a rather large head. My husband has a rather small head, so not sure what size the baby's head will need. Just a couple of bibs, just so, even though obviously I won't be feeding the baby like regular food, it'll just be having milk. Thought bibs would just be handy to put over whatever it's wearing, so if it does a lot of spit up or anything, I don't necessarily have to do an outfit change right away. I've got some muslin cloths. I've got just some plain ones, just to mop up anything or to use as burp cloths, whatever I need. Basically, I've got some printed ones, which could also be used for swaddles, but then this is an extra large sized, not extra large, but this is actually sized for swaddling, where this is a more standard size, but people do swaddle with this smaller size on newborns generally, and then the bigger size will fit as they get a little bit bigger. But yeah, so I have one specifically that's bigger, along with lots of muslins in general, just for whatever cleanup is necessary. And then I have a swaddle blanket, and this is a, what is it, Swaddle Design Swaddle Me blanket. This is a fleece one, so it's just a little bit warmer depending on how hot or cold the baby runs. So lots of things to wrap up baby in. I have 2 short sleeve onesies, and that's just to mostly pretty much put underneath its sleep suits if it's really cold. Otherwise, it won't need the extra layer. This is a newborn sized gown, or no, this is actually, I think, 0 to 3. Yeah, this is a 0 to 3 month gown for the baby to sleep in. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be for sleep time, but it'll just allow for easier, quicker diaper changes. So I have that, and then I've got 3 sleep suits in slightly different sizes. So I have a newborn one. Isn't that just really sweet? And then I have this one's 0 to 3 months, and then this one is actually newborn, but this company runs just a little bit bigger than most others, so it really is sized like pretty much what everything else I have that is 0 to 3 months is. So basically I've got 2 0 to 3 month sized sleep suits. just, you know, in case baby needs a change. So it's really just, this is if baby's a little bit smaller, if baby's a little bit bigger, which I would anticipate a slightly bigger baby. I don't think I'm going to have a tiny baby. So I think that these will fit. Obviously 0 to 3 month stuff might be slightly big on the baby, but I'd rather it be slightly big than tight. So that's that. And then the only other thing I have is the, this is the baby wrap that I have. And this is, it's basically, you use it like a blanket, except you wouldn't leave baby in it, unattended, like around the house as a blanket. It would just be for like traveling. But this is 5-point harness friendly. So I can take the baby from, you know, the hospital to the car and keep it warm like a coat. And then it can go straight into the car seat in this little get up. And then this is also carrier friendly. So I can use this with a carrier without baby being too bunched up. Which I may or may not do anyway, because I'll probably want just the baby to be skin to skin in the carrier. But it's a nice option to have. And that's everything that I have packed for hospital. The only other things I have on my list to bring with me that I haven't packed are obviously my phone, my iPad, and chargers to go along with it. Any books that I'm in the middle of reading I can grab, but then my iPad generally has books on it anyway. And my purse, of course, because you gotta have your purse. So that's everything. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye. Thank you.